Okay, good morning everyone and welcome to this particular video. I just want to talk about the proof of less work consensus that the Alephium core team is making use of, and how advantageous it is. How it trumps the current proof of work consensus that Bitcoin and other, you know, uh, cryptocurrency assets are making use of. Okay, so the green aspect is Alephium's technology, and the red aspect is Bitcoin's technology. Let's use Bitcoin as a reference to every other cryptocurrency that's making use of the proof of work consensus. Okay, so when we expound this now, okay, we can see energy consumption. The first one, um, bit very high, often criticized for waste. That's what Bitcoin and the rest makes use of. Okay, but Alephium makes use of greatly reduced and is eco-friendly. Eco-friendly in the sense that it doesn't cause degradation to our environmental system. For example, like what we're currently battling with on a global level, climate change. Alephium's technology doesn't cause that. Okay, it's friendly, eco-friendly. So it's a good one to make use of. If you're into mining, you can just switch to Alephium. You're still going to earn your rewards in a nutshell, but at the same time, you're saving the environment. Hardware requirements demands powerful ASIC and graphics processing units. That's for Bitcoin. For Alephium, runs efficiently on less demanding hardware. Environmental impact contributes to carbon emission, low environmental footprints. That's what I talked about. Security mechanisms secures via heavy computational puzzles. Okay, you have to break the blocks. There's a time I was mining Bitcoin. When I join a pool, we'll have to break a block, and based on how powerful your computer is or your miner, that's how you'll be able to contribute to breaking that block mathematically, like solving puzzles. And whenever that block is broken, that's where and how we get our rewards. Okay. There's something we call halving. Halving happens every 4 years. Bitcoin halving. Okay, so when it's halved, then the difficulty increases. The mining difficulty increases. More computational puzzles will be needed to break a block. So that is, and therefore, the more computational puzzles needed to break a block, the more powerful your miner has to be. Okay, there's a time we made use of Ant Miner S7. We ordered it. Okay, it was very very power consuming, and we were able to mine some good amount of Bitcoin. But I know what it cost us buying the miner, paying for electricity, buying the mining machine, paying for electricity, and how difficult it was to break a block. So, but on the other hand, Alephium does the exact opposite, secures via optimized lighter puzzles while maintaining robustness. Okay, you don't have to go through all the hassle I just explained um, shortly behind. Scalability, limited scalability due to energy and speed trade-off, more scalable, supports high throughput. Okay, throughput is the actual data that goes through. For example, when you come into communication, we have the packets you send. When you send data, okay, let's say everybody makes use of data. Let's say the company sends 25 gigabytes, okay, and at the end of the day, maybe let's say you get 4 gigabytes. That's the throughput. That's what you were able to actually get on the user end. Okay, so now that's just an example. So when you talk about throughput in Alephium's ecosystem, you say more scalable, supports high throughput. It means your hash rate when you mine, what you mine, the input you're putting in, you're going to be able to get a seamless amount, very close to that output in terms of what you've been able to mine and which will translate to your auth token. So that's phenomenal. So you won't be wasting resources with that. It's scalable. The more you put in, the more you get. It's actually scalable, and since you have high throughput, even if it's up to 80 or 90%, that's successful. And with that, you earn high rewards. Talk of cost of mining, expensive electricity and hardware cost. I talked about it when you want to buy the mining machines or you want to buy a very powerful laptop that can mine Bitcoin or Ethereum or any of them, you need to spend money. And also when you talk about electricity, the one we mine, we're taking about 1,300 watts per hour, which is just like using an electric iron on a constant basis. Electric iron is a device that consumes electricity, except now that we have inverter electric irons. But when we use the traditional one, it consumes a lot of electricity. So when you have a mining machine that takes that much power, trust me, you have to factor in the expenses you have made buying the machine and electricity bills before you talk about the profit. What's left for you for profit. Okay, but when you talk about lithium, we have lower cost, more inclusive participation. We have lower cost of mining, which will maximize your profit. Decentralization, risk centralization due to mining pools, ASIC dominance, promotes better decentralization by reducing hardware barriers. We have long-term sustainability, question due to unsustainable energy demands. Okay, so many people are not able to meet up with the energy demands of mining Bitcoin. Some, like in Pennsylvania, we have a hydro dam that was particularly built to mine Bitcoin there. Okay, designed for long-term endurance and sustainability. Okay, let me just check to ensure. Okay, Alephium is designed for long-term endurance and scalability. We have adoption. Okay, adoption readiness. Okay, seen as outdated in terms of efficiency. Alephium, future ready, aligns with global push for green tech. Okay, don't be surprised if we hear that lithium is now in the G20 or the United Nations discussions because it supports the global tech, the global movement now. Okay, push for green tech. Lithium actually is in the front of this, so it might be adopted on a global scale. Let's just wait and see. Lithium's leverage, traditional approach used by Bitcoin and others. That's for Bitcoin. For Alephium, unique innovation, powering off with eco-friendly consensus. So this is a beautiful summary and comparison between the Alephium token and, for example, Bitcoin and their mining technologies, which Bitcoin makes use of proof of work consensus and Alephium makes use of proof of less work. This is beautiful. This is one of the reasons why you should jump into and hop into this ecosystem. If you're a miner, you earn more profit making use of Alephium. You don't have to regret anything. Okay, you don't have to regret anything, and you can also save your token for when the staking event will start because it's going to start any moment from now. I'm particularly thrilled about this because I am an engineer and I love this tech, the tech that the core team is making use of. So feel free to ask any questions. If you have any questions, you can ask me directly from my YouTube channel. I am an ambassador, so I can answer you. Or you can head to our Telegram channels to ask questions. Or lastly, you can ask from the Telegram official Telegram group and Twitter group, and get answers. Be very, very wary of fraudsters, so that we won't have any stories that breaks the heart. So I'm so happy with this development. Feel free to ask any questions if you don't understand anything I've explained, and I'll be glad to answer you immediately. Thank you so much for watching this video and stay blessed. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself and bye.